Yes, we are live for our Married at First Sight after show. What is really going
Hey,
on? Hey,
LL. I think I say your name right. I'm not too sure.
LL or LEL? Which one? Which one of us are saying it right? Let us know.
Right, it's one of us. That's 5 sure.
hmm?
I'm excited to talk about this week's show because I missed last week. I didn't give. Oh, excuse me. I didn't get to give how I felt. In particular about
Are
Christopher.
you saying that they got good commentary? Hi, Lexi, because it was from me. It wasn't exactly as all I don't know out there like you would have put it out.
No, I'm just saying I didn't get a chance to because I believe Christopher bothered me last week, like he bothered me this week. But surprisingly, he didn't bother me as much.
This episode?
He didn't. I think because I'm used to his shenanigans now.
Right.
But it was like, Paige, girl, what are you doing? Like, I don't know when enough is enough, or if she even wants to say enough, or if they're just being fantastic actors and actresses at this point, because I just don't understand what's going on. And I don't know, I haven't found one person that 100% agrees with them. So that's how I know.
Really?
It's something. Unless you have.
Agree with who?
I mean, I've seen people on the Married at First Sight Facebook group, see Chris's point, and they've been very empathetic towards Chris. I've seen a lot of people jump ship for Chris's side and understanding what Chris is going through ever since he posted that miscarriage picture of Mercedes. I've seen a lot of people show, I don't know if it's empathy or sympathy towards Christopher. And whether it is true or not, I don't know. But I just can't get on Christopher's side, even if it is true or not, because of all the action we've seen so far. Yeah. I can only go off of his actions, and his actions is a no bueno.
I agree. And you know what? Do you think it's okay for him to put that miscarriage thing up there? Because I think that was a little, I don't want to say stretch, but it was a reach because that was unnecessary. I think most people wouldn't necessarily put that up there. I mean, did he have her permission if that's what it really was, to do so? Because that's a lot.
At first I didn't really know if he maybe did have her permission or not. But I also did see on the Married at First Facebook page, if you're not on there, you should, because they dropped lots of tea, that even Mercedes' moms got into it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, okay, see, this is just too much. We have never seen this on Married at First Sight. Exactly. So not only is it his ex on the show, but his mom, her mom's making comments and all this stuff. Like, yeah, she could defend her daughter, but I don't know. I just don't even know how the rest of the season is going to go.
Right. I 100% agree. I can empathize with you, but at the same time, still not see it because it just depends on what you portray, what you put out there. Like, it's if it's true, she miscarried, whatever, I can feel you on that. But, the same way that you come across is like, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to look if I screenshotted it. I don't know if I screenshotted it because I probably just looked at it and was like, whatever.
But exactly.
I know it could have been for him.
Hi, Happy Mood.
Oh, I do. I have the receipts.
Hold on.
Right here. Let me read it really quick.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I'm
That's okay.
So it says, my daughter Mercedes has been through a lot this year. She has endured the tragic loss of her father and then sadly the loss of her baby. My family and I understandably very protective of Mercedes, which is why I feel compelled to speak out. I find it very distasteful and disturbing that Dwight, Pastor Dwight, a pastor, would feel the need to spread lies about my daughter and her pregnancy, a woman he has never met. As a pastor, I would like to think he would have more sensitivity regarding a woman's pregnancy. It is classless, disgusting, and pathetic that a man of the cloth would spread lies about someone he has never met. I just pray that if he were ever to find himself in a position where people are spreading lies about his loved one, that he exhibits the grace that my family has given him. Well, that's interesting. Because didn't Chris say that Pastor Dwight offered to give Mercedes and him couples counseling with his wife?
Yes.
So doesn't it kind of seem like maybe Pastor Dwight ran across Mercedes at least one time?
True. I agree with you, Happy Mood, Lexi, and LEL. Listen, right. You can get proof of anything by going to urgent care, get a name bad. That's that. I work in the medical field. I know you can do it. So, we don't know what everything was. It's HIPAA violation, all that other stuff. If she did have a miscarriage, I do feel sorry for her. It's a, tragic loss. Everyone deals with that differently. Okay. Now, how does it become Pastor Dwight's fault? Is, what? No matter, and I'll go back to your point in a minute. It always seems like for Chris, if it's not his agenda, it's going to roll back to someone else's fault. Like if it's not benefiting him, it comes across like, oh, it's their fault, it's this fault, it's that fault. And that's what I think that it is. But as far as the coming out what the mom said about that, you know what? Being your mom, I don't even know if I would have responded to that, honestly. I wouldn't, because now you're not just bringing in Pastor Dwight, you're bringing in the mom, you're going to bring out, let's say, a friend. You already have Mercedes on the show to talk about everything. I just think all this is inappropriate. Like there's no reason to respond out louder in the public. I probably would have responded to you if Mercedes still had your number. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Directly, and not for the benefit of TV, because it's not a good look in any way, shape, or form from what Chris is presenting, whether it's true or false, whether Pastor Dwight's presenting true or false, Mercedes or her mother. That narrative is nothing really for us to know. It's a personal situation. But, do you have something to say?
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, and exactly.
Why Pastor Dwight got his hands in all the pots? He's trying to get his own show. Yes, because first of all, okay, let's just go ahead and jump into this episode before we just go off a tangent on everything else. Mm-hmm. I was just like, why? Like, why was Pastor Dwight on here? I know some people had their own thoughts to why he was on here, but to me, it kind of seemed pointless and not needed. Mm-hmm. Like, he kind of was stirring the pot a little bit because at the end of the day, you're Chris's friend.
Right.
And what we only seen you meet Paige at the wedding because you was, propitiating, whatever that's called.
Officiating.
You know what I meant. Officiating the wedding. So he never really had like a connection. So how did you get her number? Why are you talking to her more than Chris is? Spilling all the tea about Chris that Chris never even said. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, that was out of line. No matter if he's a pastor and he felt it in his spirit because he's with God and she's with God and all this other godly stuff, that's cute and fine, whatever. I was just like, I don't like that. And should he be a pastor replacement or an expert replacement? No.
I don't know either. You're on. How are you?
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
So we started off with did you hear from the beginning about the Pastor Dwight and his response?
Yeah.
And Mercedes' mom and the response that she gave for her daughter? What'd you think?
Now, Paige, that was God. Okay, that was the pastor coming around. What's happening? The pastor coming around, that was God. I don't know how she missed that. But I mean, I like what the pastor said. Yeah, how you gonna be talking about you a pastor and all this? How pastors get down?
Right. I agree too.
I mean, Chris was once upon a time a pastor.
Hey, Kayla.
Chris, I don't think Chris was
was a pastor, and then
a real pastor though.
He was a pastor, but he said he couldn't do it no more because the money was too funny for him.
He was pastors at a children's church. He had to be a children's church pastor. There's no way he made it past.
Hi, Miss Kayla. How are you? You're on mute. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear you. All right.
Oh no. If you have more than one thing open, you have to close one. You only have one open at a time.
Oh, thank you, Happy Mood.
If you need to come out and come back in, we'll bring you back. So it's okay. Thank you, Happy Mood.
Right.
So.
But what did Pastor Dwight say towards Mercedes? I don't know what he said towards Mercedes. That I could not find.
No, but I agreed that with the White situation.
Mm-hmm.
You think that it was appropriate, sorry.
I didn't even say what I was gonna say.
You think it was appropriate for him to have a sit-down conversation with Paige?
That just like one of who said that in the chat, that I think it was Happy Mood, that Pastor Dwight probably knows the full story.
Okay.
And so he's able to talk from, Chris's point of view. I mean, until Chris got mad, he acted like, now they're not friends. So I think he knew the whole story. How you doing, Paul Prince?
Hi guys, how are you?
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi
Good.
Cassandra, how are you? How's your headache?
It's still there. It's not
Oh
going
no,
anywhere.
I'm sorry.
After you watch this episode, I figured it wasn't going nowhere no time soon.
It's allergy season here. All our trees are in bloom already out here in the desert. So we get it real early.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah. So go ahead, everybody who wants to go first with their take on whoever.
Chris.
Oh, we're with Chris?
Yes.
We'll start with you, Devontae. Go ahead.
Ooh, soon as he start, I just can't stand this man. I really can't. But then he gonna turn on Professor Ogilvy like that. How dare you? How you gonna turn on him like that? Now he came on the show with the Ben Gay dripping just for you, and then you gonna turn your back on him like that? That is terrible. Cause I mean, I understand what the pastor was trying to do. He like, all right, hold on, church. Let me clear it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not condoning this because I know the church members was hitting up like, Pastor, this is who you do business with. This your friend.
Right.
He like, oh no, you can't lead our church. It was the church board members probably had a nice meeting. It was like, we're gonna have to talk to you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think, like I said, I think because Chris got upset about it, because you saw his response, right? Like, yeah, I heard you had a good week. Like you're not supposed to talk to nobody. So how did Chris know that they talked if he wasn't still in contact with the pastor? How did he know that? Oh, production.
I'm just trying to figure out how Paige I just knew Paige was just going to have her little come to Jesus like, oh, God sent the pastor to tell me. I was like, the pastor can't. This how bad this dude is. His friend came was like, all right, now I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. This the pastor and me, but yeah. And then he spilled the beans and said that he was she was engaged before. I said, oh, he a habitual proposal. He proposed to everybody. I said every time he get engaged, it just don't never work.
But you didn't know that? You didn't know that he was already engaged?
I knew he was engaged to the girl. I didn't know before her.
Yeah, he was.
That's 2 times.
I know. So you were surprised too?
Yeah,
I was surprised. Like, yeah.
But
I was surprised.
I feel like he needed to tell Paige that though.
Yeah, I thought Paige was turning a new leaf, especially when they went to dinner and she was just like, you know what? Why you wasting my time? She started using good terms.
Yes.
Like, what you not about to do? I'm like, damn,
yes.
Let it out. And then here go the producers just being the devil. You see, the producers the devil.
That's all that was. That was to
Seen the
keep
light
the
for 2
story
seconds.
going. That was to keep the story going. That's what that was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Why they gotta ruin the black people life? They could have ruined Ryan, Clara.
Ryan's black.
Ryan, Clara.
No.
Pop Prince, what do you have to say?
I think it's all fake at this point. I mean, seriously, because nobody could be that gullible, or I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's all fake and all scripted at this point because I just can't see any woman taking this abuse on TV. It's just, you know, I have like officially, I'm still watching, but I have officially like checked out
Mm-hmm.
because I just can't see it. I honestly can't. I mean, like a couple of weeks ago, it had my pressure up and everything, and of course I was still screaming at the TV last night. But I'm just like, this just can't be real. It just can't be real. It can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see anybody, and I don't want to call out her name, especially as a young black woman, but I just can't see anybody that gullible like that. I mean, and just gets played on national TV, and it's a reason why her family is not there. Nobody from her side is not there. So I just
Right.
feel like this is just all scripted, and they didn't want no part of it.
Yeah.
That's
Seriously.
interesting. I really wanted to see the cousin though, because the cousin really got in on her that first episode we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't seen anything from him since. Like that would be good TV because I definitely want to know his take on it with how Paige is acting. Because
Yeah.
Paige, I just don't understand. Like even the other girls were like, well, Claire's like, you giving me whiplash from this. I'm like, dang, you put something to Claire saying
I
this.
think
Right.
Paige
Claire.
might just
Right.
Paige might just be the dumb cousin. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She got to be the dumb. We all got a cousin, no matter what. Every reunion is gonna be a new one. He gonna do the same thing. He's like, oh, he look nice, he's so nice. Then the next reunion, what happened to Charles? Oh. So I think Paige is one. She that part of the family member. That's why her
Yeah.
brother was like, here you go.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's got to be a reason that this young lady is only talking to other cast members. Like she has absolutely no support, and we have a lot of support in our black community. So that's just no way that anybody from her family will have her on TV looking so stupid without any support.
Right.
I did think that was weird that all the other couples had like a housewarming or had their friends over. And even if her and Chris wasn't together, she was still at the apartment. So how come she couldn't have her friends over?
Right, because
So
I feel like, yeah, I feel like all the other couples is doing what the show calls for, and Paige and Chris is on their own separate show.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I just think it's just all scripted and got my pressure up for all these weeks for nothing.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was done. After I watched it last night, I was like, she deserves whatever she
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
Because anytime his buddy tells him is when the boy's mom, either their mama or their best friend, when they
Mm-hmm.
tell you that their friend is no good, you need to listen.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about Pastor Sharpie? I call him Pastor Sharpie.
I'm still on the fence about him talking to Paige. I don't necessarily think it was wrong, but I don't necessarily think it was either. I do think that maybe know somehow she was struggling, right? So who did he hear that from? Maybe
That was the producers.
no, I think the producer set it up this time, yes. But I mean, as far as her struggling, because apparently him and Chris weren't they still friends? I mean, they just came back from the honeymoon, so they were clearly still friends. So maybe he was talking to him too, trying to get advice before he went to Chicago. And so I don't know. I think, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing to talk to her, but at the same time, I think it was a little bit of overstepping the boundaries a little bit. So I'm a little conflicted on that scene.
Yeah, I think that whole thing, he had good intentions, but I think that whole thing was tit for tat. you know, he didn't like what Chris was saying about him and how Chris dismissed him and his friend when they went to his house or whatever. And I think that whole thing just went south. So he, along with the producers, prompting him to reach out to her again. Nobody else on her side, just this pastor who she don't know. And you know, so that just all seems scripted to me. It just really did.
You know, I was thinking this afternoon, I'm sorry, that because I know in our reviews, I'm like, don't call me. But I mean that. When I'm saying that, I really mean that from my heart. Don't call me. Don't text me. Be able to. You know what? Call Tyrone. Like, for real. That's who she needs to call.
Somebody.
You know? That's all I got to say. That's the first thing I thought of. Too bad I didn't think about it for the review. But call Tyrone. You know, and you can't use my phone. Matter of fact, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
My thing is, why is she at the apartment? He ain't there.
Right.
What you staying there for? You trying to stay there so you can be friends? What's the girl name with Jacob? You trying to just chill with Haley?
With Haley, with crazy. That chick is crazy.
Like, is that what you staying at the house for? That apartment can't be much better than your place. I wouldn't be staying there.
Right, because you know
me I'm alone.
Because you know he probably has a key to come over whenever he wants. That's probably why she's still staying there. But that's a good segue though about the apartment and Haley and Paige, because I've been waiting for this Haley. I'm still saying it again and again and again. Haley is wrong times 2 times 3 by pulling the same stunt she did on the honeymoon. Don't make me put you out the room. By not apologizing to Jacob and just thinking she could be gone. I mean, they're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Even if they were, you're living together, right? So, one time thought to send a text. You're like, oh, well, I didn't know. You knew. Well, you
apologize. I mean, he's just saying, you know, you should have said something. And come on. She knows she should have said something.
She owes him 2 apologies now, too.
Yeah,
she's because I'm counting.
Me too.
She's being passive aggressive. That's what that is. She's being passive aggressive.
I still don't see where Haley was 100% wrong from the first time in Vegas. Like I just don't see it. Maybe I need to watch it again on an off day, like a Sunday or something, just to rewatch it. But this time around, she definitely was wrong because she knows no matter how long ago she was in a relationship 7 years ago, if you're gonna be out for a long time, whether you live with someone or not, they're always gonna know, well, what are you doing now? It's been a few hours later, you shouldn't be out past 11 anyways.
Right.
So she already knew that she should have messaged him, but she keeps holding on to that I'm not attracted to you because of the way you dress. That's it?
Yeah.
Well,
the way you
that's just her excuse. And
she just don't like him.
Yeah, that's just her excuse that she's using for this week. That's all.
She just don't like him. I mean, the clothes that she bought him, but that's what he was wearing anyway.
Yeah, I was like, why'd you put all the Burlington clothes in them blue gift bags? Like, that's at Burlington.
Yeah, really.
You're not fooling me.
I thought she was gonna pull out something, really nice. He even said it. He said, "Okay, this look like a tablecloth. Like I look like a farmer. Like, what are you doing?"
She not spending no money on him. Come on, y'all.
I mean, she ain't even give him no real swag. She just bought him all tops. Like, you bought him all tops, no dress shoes. Why you didn't buy him a whole outfit? Be like, look, these some slack, these some dress shoes. I don't know, man.
She could have even bought him some new kicks. Like, come on. If you want him to look a certain, I get it. You're trying to, but what she bought him wasn't that different from what he already had.
Right.
So
now he look like Brett Favre in the Wrangler commercial. That's all he look like.
Yeah. Oh, the producers probably gave her those clothes for him. I don't like Haley. It's no secret to that. I don't care for her at all.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. It's nothing that she could do at this point that's going to change my mind. I don't like her. I didn't like her from the beginning. I definitely didn't like her when she did the thing in Vegas. And I just don't care for her. I think while she's talking to him, she's just so fake with her flat face. I just don't like her.
She is fake, and I'm with you on that one. She's fake.
I do feel that Jacob is, I mean, I get what he's saying, but he overthinks everything.
Oh,
I mean, he overthinks everything.
He's
I
making
think that
it easy for her. He's making it easier for her not to like him. He is, and he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
But he is.
So do you guys think Jacob is insecure?
Big time.
I think he's insecure, but I think they both got bad communication. Like they trying to get he keep on trying to get that 1 year worth of communication down in like and they only been together 20 days, and he like, well, I sent you the jokingly text. You know, I thought you would get it. Like, you don't know her, she don't know you. Why would she understand that? Y'all don't know each other like that. When you know each other, like, you know, for instance, me and my wife, if she send me something, I'm like, all right, she want me to hurry up. If I don't know her, I'm not gonna understand what she's saying. I'm like, she being funny? Like, you know, you don't know her. So why would you need to be direct when you don't know somebody? You know, it's 11 o'clock. Then
Are you coming home?
Yeah, you left off on I'm not attracted to you. He was like, I'm gonna just give you space. And just left. Like, where'd you go?
I mean, technically, that's what happened. Nothing has changed since the honeymoon. It's gotten progressively worse week after week. She's trying to make excuses and reasons, and so is he. I do think Jacob is insecure.
What? Yeah.
All the time. I do think Jacob is insecure about
she don't
himself.
like him. She don't like him. She not attracted to him, and she don't respect him. She don't.
No, she don't.
She don't.
She don't even like conversation with him. Like
no.
She just.
It's a struggle.
I'll be like, that conversation be so weird. It's like it don't have no substance. Like salad dressing is good, right? Right? Yeah.
Right. And then what kind of at the restaurant? Like she was willing to order crab, something that she said she was allergic to.
So she can go to the hospital and be away from him.
Right, to get away from Jacob. That's what I thought too. I'm like, oh, so she's trying to.
She said, I'd rather bust out in hives than
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, wow, Haley, that you doing the most. But what do you think? Even when she got to the house, now I thought the back seat. Now, of course, when he described the house, you know, I was thinking like, Lord, this house will be a mess. It's a construction zone. He got stuff everywhere. But when they got to the backyard, it was really nice. And she just like brushed it off. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, see, if you trying to get to know someone little by little, you would at least like, you know, even when you walk into someone's house, like, oh, your place is nice. What do you think it is or not? Right?
Yeah, I thought he had I thought he had a nice house. I mean, considering he had the pool, he had the whole little thing set up, he had the sauna. I mean, he's an IT geek. So it's like, use it for what you can get out of it. I mean, come
exactly.
on.
I feel it's like a big man cave, for real.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because don't nothing about that house speak a woman was there at all.
Not at all.
Like, ain't no way you gotta tell your wife, I'm about to build a beach.
Yeah.
But you know, like, even if you're not attracted to a person, you still will find, if you're interested, you still will find some type of compliment somewhere down the line. And remember a couple of, I think it was a couple of episodes back when somebody asked her, well, what do you guys have in common, or what do you like about it? She was going to say something stupid like, well, we both like dogs. I mean, come on. She could find something in the man. Something.
Well,
she
don't
care for him.
Like each other.
She don't care for him. She don't.
Right. Hi, Romel.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
Hey. How are you?
What's going on?
Good. I'm good.
That's good.
Nothing. Just watching. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Who would you like to speak about, Chris and Paige or Haley and Jacob?
Who would I like to speak about? Chris and Paige, because I don't really care for Haley and Jacob. They're boring to me.
Okay, we'll jump back to Chris and Paige real quick, and we'll go from there. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait, what you say? Sorry.
I think there's a lag.
I said we were talking about Haley and Jacob, but I said if you want to talk about Chris and Paige real quick, I said go ahead. We'll listen to what you have to say.
Okay, I'm just gonna sum it up real quick. He's playing her like a violin. He just I thought she was, well, let me not lie. I was hoping and praying that she was gonna, finally leave, but I guess she's just that friend or that family member who you just look at them like, okay, this is what you're gonna do with your life. I feel like Chris need a place to stay now or something, or he just want to check. It's something. And I don't get how she went to the producers and had a chat with them, and then she go back over there like she didn't just have a chat with them 30 seconds ago. And then she want to act all beastie and act like she about that life, when in reality, all he got to do is just say the word marriage or something, and she back in it. I heard somebody earlier saying, where's her family? I really want to know where her family is, because I'm sorry, there's no point for that pastor to be meeting with her. He don't know her, she don't know him. I don't know if that was done by producers, but I don't know. I'm really done with them. I'm seriously, for future episodes, I'll just try my best to not even, I don't even care what they're gonna do. I know for a fact they're not gonna last. I'm just done with them. It's like they're annoying. But that's all I have to say about that.
Just mentally checked out, right? That's how I am.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot. It is.
Oh, sorry. It was hard, especially in the beginning, because it seemed like everything that Chris was doing, and I feel like I'm getting deja vu saying this. We were always so mad at Chris all the time, just always so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Chris is doing this, Chris is doing that. And now it's like we know what Chris's motto is. So it's like, Paige, why don't you see this and you're with this man? So now it's kind of like I'm done with Paige, and I'm like, why is Paige still doing this and doing that when she already knows what her outcome is, when he says it to her every single time, especially with the last time him saying he basically isn't going to change up his response with her videos.
I mean, he came into the conversation saying he has no new revelations. I mean, so that means he feels the same about everything.
Nothing has changed.
I don't feel like he even he's at this point. I've been saying since the beginning. This dude was looking to get known and to get famous. He was applying to a lot of shows, and this is the show that picked him up. And he wants to continue to keep the bag. He wants to keep the bag flowing, and I don't blame him for that, because when you have somebody who's not going to stand up for themselves, who's going to let you play them like a violin, why would you respect them when you know you can play them like a toy? And for her to be this God-fearing woman, I get nobody in this world is perfect in life, and nobody in life is perfect. But God gave us common sense now. Whether you believe him or not, he gave us common sense. And you
But it ain't so common. Common sense ain't so common. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's what my friend says all the time. All sense is not common, evidently.
Right, but here's the thing though with that. Not just
that she's looking back at this.
Let me just say, regardless of Chris got on the show for clout or fame, I mean, I think that's what most of us think anyways now. He's speaking out now more on social media, which I thought it was a breach of contract on his IG or Instagram. Whoever's running it, whether it's him or not, it's still on his page. And then, no pun intended. But then, as far as Paige is concerned, we'll never know why she continues on. I know she says it's because this was ordained, but those of us who believe know that this is not. This is just something that is based off of her lack of self-esteem issues and going on from there, right? So, with that being with Paige and Chris decided to start over, where do we think that they're going with this? Start over to do what? That's for everyone on the panel.
Say it again.
I'm gonna say my.
I said for Paige and Chris to say that they were going to start over. Like, hi, my name is Paige. Hi, I'm Chris. Where do we think they're going to go with this for the till the end of the show's over? Like, where do we think they're going to go? That's for all you on the panel.
Oh, they're going to be
We're going to
arguing.
get back on the roller coaster.
They're going to be arguing the whole time. I think it was just their way to keep them in the storyline. So I don't know if they have to be in several episodes before they get paid. I don't know how that works, but I think it was just to keep them in the storyline long enough. And I just thought it was
her because it's so many people who have left. It's so many people who have left the show. So some people that I have talked to about it, they feel like the producers are forcing them to stay together. And I don't believe that because it's other people who have left in the past.
That's possible.
Yeah, but I don't think they was as gullible. They wasn't even in the same category as Paige, and didn't have this much stuff done to them as Paige.
That's true.
I think she's the perfect candidate for Chris because she takes everything he throws at her, and he's just probably wanting her to leave and give up, but she won't. And she's the perfect candidate for the producers to continue to play her. So she's perfect all around.
Yeah, she don't know how to bow out. It's time. She just don't know how to bow out. I think she just at the point. She might have been dating so many people. She just like, this gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. I don't get it. I don't understand. Especially, and I'm like, how you go from why you wasting my time? I'm done. I'm freaking done. To hi, I'm Paige. What the?
It was corny. I didn't like it.
It was
I'm like,
corny.
he don't even be doing that. First of all, he didn't put you through all this, and he walk in and
right.
Like, what you smiling about, dude?
Off,
you got a baby on the way.
First off, he came in very disrespectful. He came in very disrespectful with them. Excuse my language. He came in with them tight ass pants and just it's like, hello, I can't hear you.
Smile.
And it just like
she
came
in with a smile.
And then he's smiling. This is how I show emotion. Okay. Continue with your life.
I can't agree with him on that because I ain't gonna lie. I'm the type person like if somebody like my wife says something crazy, like I might smile, even though I just do it. You just be sitting there like, all right.
Right.
I did get why he was smiling because it was a nervous twitch. I used to work for somebody that did that all the time, so I get it. But he's just smiling at the wrong time. Because when he smiles, he's doing it like, what's the word? He's doing it like you just kind of want to slap the smile off of his face.
That's why he do that.
And even when she said, you trying to make a fool of me, you know the man made a fool of you. He know it too.
Right.
He know it too.
You made a fool of yourself.
But she allowing him
to like
do
trying.
Because
she's allowing him to do it. Things like that only happen if you allow it to happen. And he got the right one.
And just like he told Mercedes, and he told somebody else, I'm not dragging her. I'm telling her the truth. She keep coming back, so there it is.
He did say that to her.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. And this is
Yeah,
gets over on the women that he's dated. That's part of his personality.
that's it.
But I want to change the subject to not Chris, Brianna and Vincent.
Oh,
And before
Oh,
started,
Oh Lord.
before I get started, I want to reference a comment we had by a new subscriber.
or a person. They're probably not subscribed to us.
Well, whatever. And this comment was very in depth. It was an enlightenment on his perception or their perception of Brianna and Vincent. So let me just read it to you. And sir, you know who you are. This is an initial response to us. Y'all just don't get it. Let me explain Vincent's scenario. See, if you understand, Bree said she was going to surprise him. He wore his good shirt. Turns out it's dancing lessons in a studio. As an Indigenous teacher, I remember the first time I was introduced to studio lessons. It's offensive. It's counting in mirrors. We don't like that. I took many salsa lessons, but that's how I felt when I was dragged into it. Where I'm coming from is you try to learn a dance by feeling counting feels very European because they took everything that way. Counting steps, counting livestock, counting land. Plus, he had his good shirt on. Okay. He's Dominican, not Cuban, because it wasn't a Cuban studio, right? Yes, salsa type dancing is spread all over the world, but originally, excuse me, it was from spiritual origins and from feeling, not counting. Maybe Bree learned to dance that European methodical way, but I was just so annoyed and triggered and traumatized. Is that enough? Really? Is that enough me explaining it to you? But he used the word explaining, which was an undertone. Really, counting in mirrors is so common now. I don't think anyone will understand why this shouldn't have happened to him. So stand strong, Vincent. Some of us get you. Bree, he knew you wanted a bike, so practice the no surprise rule and quit teasing him all the time. It's ugly. It looks mean, girl. Quit blaming Vince. Be natural. Be empathetic. So that's what he thinks
I just
about
want
the
to say
salsa.
this commenter literally wrote a whole book in y'all comments.
I mean, it's a lot more, but that's the beginning because our response was the way he came off. It sounded like it was a little bit of racial overtones to what he was saying. I left out some things that came across very racially insensitive. Okay, and his response back was, since he's a native American, he feels like, and I think he didn't say if he was Dominican or Cuban or something, but I believe he's probably Latin. That he feels like this was inappropriate because, you know, what she had on, her length of heel she had on, he's not used to dancing this way. He's not used to counting. So, you know, she chose the wrong type of activity. And I was like, well, he looked like he was having a good time. But when you asked him, it was like, yes. But when they sat down, he checked out. So what's the difference? And this commenter is like, no, he doesn't see it that way. He's on Vinny's side because that's not what they should have did. And so my response back was, so only going to do things that Vinny likes to do that he's confident in. Like, how are you supposed to know that? But he's adamant about that. So what I got from the scene was.
Well, before you touch on that, what do you guys think about what happened with Vincent and Brianna?
I think that first of all, they don't know each other that well. In all honesty, they've only known each other for 3 weeks. And so it's up to him to tell her that salsa dancer is not Dominican. She don't know. She's not from Dominican Republic. She don't know. It's like saying pop and country is the same, or pop and R&B is the same. She don't know. So when he walked in and realized that it was salsa dancing, or whenever time she told him, he should have told her, listen, I'm going to go, but just as an FYI, I don't know anything about salsa dancing. He should have just been upfront and honest with her before they even got there, or pulled her aside I'm from the old school where you have to tell your partner they don't know each other. So she wouldn't have known that. So she's wearing heels and the dress, thinking, oh, well, maybe she went to a dance class and that's what everybody had on. But she didn't know. And for him to start pouting like a big baby, I just thought, come on, grow up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? Any other comments? Devontae, Paul, Prince, Romel?
I feel the same way.
All I have to say is that me personally, I as a black young man feel like not all black people. I just feel like some black people some of them are closed-minded and just to what we know and how we was raised and what music and dances we know. And I feel like it's okay learning other things. And like the lady just said, she didn't know. She wasn't being racist. She wasn't being insensitive. He just, excuse my language, he's just a big ass baby. I would have had fun. Whether I knew what it was, that's like you learning how to eat with chopsticks. And it's okay to learn different things. He just took it the wrong way. I would have been having fun. I would have been making up my own dances to it. That's what I would have been doing. But that's all I have to say about it. I don't think it was a race thing. If somebody thinks it was a race thing, you're thinking too deep on it.
I don't think it was a
Because
race thing at
remember,
all.
they only show us a certain amount of minutes in an hour in a 2 hour episode. I bet that scene probably was longer than what we saw. So if somebody took that being her being racist or her being insensitive, I
Man,
I
my
mean,
take is
go
go ahead,
ahead,
my
huh?
bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he got anger management issues. Period. Something wrong with him. I knew it. I was like, he too good to be true. He all nice and nice looking. He's single. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Like Brianna family was warning him. When everybody in the family telling you something, it got to be true. The family told her, all right, he got a temper. He get mad.
Right.
When he get mad, it's a wrap. And it's been a couple episodes in a row. And then but they just didn't say he get mad over stupid stuff. How you gonna get mad because you ain't getting the salsa lessons right? This your first time doing salsa, bro. She don't know what she doing. Yeah, she got a little bit more rhythm. Oh well, you ain't about to make no career out of this, dude. It's one class. You act like you fail and bust your lip. Now I understand if you was like, be mad about that. Something wrong with him. So it just ain't there. And then to the viewer, man, you got too much time on your hand to write a paragraph. Nobody care about all that. That's some sorry. That's some bull crap.
You wrote a whole book.
You going back in history trying to give us a history lesson. Man, it was a salsa class, dude. Vince got anger management problem.
He also says that he's not sure that Vinny likes the nickname Vinny because even Vinny's friends don't use the name Vinny. But now all the YouTube hosts use it because we seem to miss the point. It's disrespectful.
Then he needs to say something. It's like if your name is Barbara, but people call you Barb and you don't like it, then you need to say something. It's like I have a coworker, her name is Gina, but people think her real name is Regina. She said that's not her name. So if somebody mispronounces your name, be adult about it and just say, that is not my name. I prefer you to call me whatever. I mean, that's just being an adult.
Yeah, but right.
But I know
I know people where they'll have an issue with something and you won't even know until Mad Day or you'll hear it through somebody else. And I feel like if you're 18 or older, or even a teenager and you're an adult, you should be, like she just said, you should be able to tell somebody, I don't like being called Vinny or Champagne Vinny. I don't think he has anger issues. I just think he's just something happened in his past as a childhood to make him like that. And if he gets some
Go
good
ahead.
therapy, then maybe
Mhm.
you know.
Something.
Yeah, go ahead, Paw Prince.
I feel like at this point, it doesn't matter. She could have took him to a salsa class. She could have took him to learn how to ride motorcycles. She could have took him, I mean, anything. She's just trying to do different things that will be, like a date night or whatever for their
Yeah.
new marriage. So, and I
Right.
feel like
Mhm.
anything that he does, he could have went to the same class that Clara and Ryan went, and his cup would have been jacked up, and he still would have got mad. You know what I mean? So it
I agree.
doesn't matter where she takes him. I definitely don't think it was a race thing at all. She just thought it would be something fun. Now
Mhm.
she could have been crazy when he bought that bike. Of course, that was a beautiful thing. She could have been like,
It's
"Oh,
the
well,
best.
why you didn't get me a purple one or something like that?" You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
anything that she would have took him to that's new and he was messing up, he was gonna get mad. Anything.
Right.
Mhm.
So I
Well, let
just
me
think,
say, all comments are welcome on our channel as long as they're respectful. So,
Wait, hold on. Let me add something to this.
okay.
Because there's been a few times people have said that I am
Well,
empathetic to Vincent,
have a good
and I'm
night.
not empathetic to Vincent because I don't understand or feel where he's coming from. Every time in a scene, he takes everything out of proportion when it's like a joke or it's supposed to be fun. Like no one likes to hang out with somebody and they always get mad over Monopoly games. He gives me
yeah,
vibes. I don't like that with Vincent. I think he seems like he's a nice person, but every time he gets mad, he goes back to being a 7-year-old child. And I teach second grade. Every time it's like, sir, I just need him to do better. That's all I'm asking. To do
yes.
better.
Yeah,
It's
And
nothing
yeah.
about his
And I
culture or
said that.
whatever.
and she's gonna be walking on
I
eggshells no
said that
matter
before.
what.
Nobody wants to be in a
No matter
relationship
what.
like that.
Yeah, she
Even if
is.
it's
She's
Yeah.
something, even if it's something that he suggests that they do, if he's not good at it, it's gonna be a problem.
and who wants to be with
Right.
somebody where you're scared to try, you want to try something new, but now let's just say they went roller skating and he fell
Right.
on his butt. He
Right.
gonna be all bent out of
Right.
shape, embarrassed. Everybody looking at him.
Right.
God forbid if she laugh at him.
Oh,
Like
Right.
nobody.
what?
Right.
Because
He gonna
I
look
would
like a
laugh.
hot
I
tamale. He
think
gonna be
it's
red.
yes. Because I think it's even deeper than just TV. You know what I mean? I think
Mhm.
even when
Yeah, it's deeper. It's
all the
something happening in his
everything,
childhood or something.
yeah, even when all the cameras go away, when they go to do something new that he's not familiar with, and he knows he's not good at it, he's not even. He might be willing to try, but if he's not better than her at it, it's gonna be a problem.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
problem.
I think he got a problem with failure though. It's something about failing he just can't do.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Mhm.
something dumb, if he don't ace it, it like
Yeah.
eat at him. Like it's not even work. Like you got mad at that and you was like real upset. Right there for you.
I agree 100%. Well, that was the newest comment before we came on air, and I thought that was very interesting. That he was actually going trying to not trying to. He was going back and forth trying to prove his point, which is fine. Like I said, we accept all comments, lots of respectful stuff like that. But at the same time, the way that he worded it, it just seemed like he lived a life before. Like he knows what this is about. And I was like, Benny, is this you? Like undercover, but this is whatever. So, all right, well, let's move on to Virginia and Eric. What do y'all think about Virginia and Eric?
Before
No,
before we move to Virginia and Eric,
sure.
what did y'all think about Brianna and Vincent saying they love you after 3 weeks? That was
I,
retarded to me.
I would say.
I'm with you.
I would say. I would say. We can judge because we're not them and we're not in that situation. But if it was up to me, I couldn't say I love you after 3 weeks. But I wouldn't judge.
I think it's too fast for all the couples. I think I said that with especially Eric and Virginia. I'm like, I want it to be nice. Honestly, I do.
I wasn't
That's a
surprised.
disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he's did she say it to him first, or he said it to her first? As far as Brianna and Vincent.
Well, she said it to him first. I noticed mostly all the time, whatever like cute little thing that Brianna and Vincent does, it's sometimes Brianna who does it first, and then Vincent who kind of like copycats her, like, yeah, I do too. All this
Yeah.
other stuff, like to make her happy or trying to get some emotion or something out of her. But I don't know. I kind of think it's annoying.
Mhm.
Am I like,
Well, I think that voice of hers, she uses that baby voice to soften the blow when she's trying to say something to him. But
it's not
that
working?
baby voice is getting on my. It is working my last nerve.
Yeah, I
I
be
It's
think
thinking,
not
like,
it's
working
why are
the
you
for
only
him.
using the
one.
same voice you talk to me, you talk to the dog, and like,
I
Ooh,
thought I was the only one. That is so annoying. It comes
ooh,
across
that voice.
condescending. It comes
Ooh,
across very
God.
condescending.
I think she uses that tone because she's trying to not be as when she was called out the first time. So she's trying to take a different approach, but that approach isn't working because he's still getting mad.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's still getting mad. Still getting mad. It's not working. She need to stop that.
Still in.
Yeah. So Virginia and Eric. Now, one of the things that stood out to me in this episode was two things. I said in our review. The first one was, why are they having dinner at Eric's house, and why did he have to give a note at her house to meet him at their house when they have a joint place?
But someone said you got it wrong.
Well,
I think he left the note at their condo. I think that's what she said.
yeah,
It was, but
but
why
why
did he
though?
go back home?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like why?
Maybe because it's
It's like a
familiar and he feels
I feel like that
more
was like
comfortable with cooking. I don't know.
Oh, I was confused
I
with
feel like
that.
that
And
was set up by producers.
Or
you do?
maybe the ambiance of his the downstairs room. I don't know.
That
And
was
the
stupid.
second It was. And the second thing that stood out to me was, well, it is equal. Virginia saying how she didn't receive the text messages she thought she would get from Eric. I thought that was like, I thought you didn't want no text messages. And
That was
then
bad.
and then comparing his relationship previously to all his other relationships. But I thought Eric said that he got married the first time as a marriage of convenience. So
He did. He said that.
when he all of a sudden fall in love with the first marriage of convenience, I thought it was just for money and paperwork. So where did this love thing come from?
Yeah, he did say that. He did. He
Mm-hmm.
changing it up now. He changing it up.
Right.
I
I agree.
think
Does anyone?
I
Let's
think
talk about how they
Virginia.
said that they love each other.
I
Yeah.
thought that was cute.
No, I think
No.
Virginia
Like,
is
I
no.
think she
bad.
was drunk.
No, that wasn't cute. I
Mm-mm.
think Virginia is immature and she has a lot of
She was.
insecurities. And especially when she started opening up about her family, I get it. Like she really
Yeah.
needs some couch time. I do believe before she marries anybody, she needs to get to know herself because she has a lot. It seems like she might have a lot of stuff that she needs to work out before she gets into a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
something
think,
wrong with her.
yeah, but just an overall, before we continue on with Eric and Virginia, I've said this from the very beginning. All the men this season come with some sort of baggage. And normally that's the other way around. Like there's something going on with all the men this season. All of them.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know? And then not just that, then the entire cast has self-esteem issues. Every one of them. So this whole season is just a different animal. It just is to me. You know, like Ryan, I said from the beginning that Ryan's not here for it. Jacob, not here for it. Right? Eric, not here for it.
He's trying.
Chris, not here for it.
He's irrelevant.
Vincent, stay with me. Not here for it. You know, they all come with like self-esteem. Like the men with issues this season, like I'm really blown away by this. So how can like the vetting process, not just with Chris, for the men, right? And all the women are more outgoing and partying. Like, how do they think this was gonna to mix? How do they think this was gonna work? Because honestly, outside of Brianna and Vincent, and I still think there's a strong possibility of working out, I don't see anybody really having a lasting relationship. But that's just me. I don't see it.
I don't know. Eric and Virginia,
I feel like Ryan is a
she
little more
got a
like.
drinking problem. She drink too much. She wake up mimosas. Like, this is a regular work week.
No,
Girl.
no, no,
We in
no.
Vegas.
That was no mimosa. That was champagne with a drop of orange juice in it. That weren't no mimosa.
Yo,
I thought that's what he wanted.
Well, that's what he wanted, but she's like, no, it's mainly champagne. I'm like, no, it's 50-50.
Right. You mainly need to go to an AAA meeting now, like yesterday.
her
Like, you
liver is going to be shot by the time she's 30. Oh, it's
Yeah,
just ridiculous.
You drink every day.
All day.
And I could tell, like, when she had a little workout gear, I was like, oh, she got a beer belly, little drinking belly. Like, look at that. That just, her breath ain't smell good when he kissed. Like, no.
Well, we're not gonna talk about what she looked like in her clothes, but I do think she has a possible drinking problem. She needs to be on 2 couches, one for self and then one for AA.
Me neither, L.
Let me ask y'all, why do you guys think that Eric, is it Eric? Yeah, Eric is not addressing that.
No, that's a good question.
Because
why is he not addressing that?
He wants to be her friend. He wants to feel young. He wants to feel like a cool kid. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay to be the cool kid, not when you got the drunk on your hands, falling all over the place. Like, I mean, just saying, like, for real, if I'm with you, and like, I can give you a couple days. We was in Vegas. I gave her a pass on that. But like, you drunk at home now. Now we at home in the real world. You're drunk. You're always late to work. It's out. Like, what's going on with you?
Yeah, did you see his face?
She's
when
another
she
one who's in
said
the
she
wrong
always late to work?
Yeah,
right. And Jake, and who called it out was the only one that had.
Well, that's
Jacob. He was just like, well, don't sound like
that's her paycheck.
Yeah, who she work for? She must work for family. It ain't no way you late 15 minutes every day.
Right.
Well, she didn't say she was late. She said she gets up at 8:40 and makes it in work in 20 minutes.
That's late.
That's not late.
Nah, I do that.
No, but she said usually every day she's on Virginia time, so she's late every day.
She said that she was about 15-20 minutes late every day.
Every day. She said that in early episodes.
Late. She ain't say late getting up. She said late.
She said late.
She's literally that worker that comes in and is like, at least I'm here.
Yeah, she thinks that the party don't start, nothing starts, the sun don't set until she show up.
Yeah, and I don't know why Eric is not addressing this. I do feel Eric has concerns because he's claimed that in previous episodes, but he's not addressing it more now when he knows he can see the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't go to the driving range. They can't have breakfast. They can't hang out with friends. They can't be at Jacob's pool party without a beverage that's not soda. You know what I'm saying? She just can't do it. And again, to me, it falls under self-esteem issues. And I just don't understand why Eric has this type of job where he has to.
What happened right there?
It's okay. Be in a specific, way that he's accepting this. I just can't. I mean, I think they're going to say yes on decision day, but again, I don't see it long term. I honestly don't.
Is he in a service? Is he in a service, or what is this? Or is he just? Oh, he's in a service.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So wait, was Haley drunk when they said "I love you" at the end?
Yeah, she was.
I think she was.
Oh, Haley or Virginia?
Sorry, Virginia. Wrong.
Yes, she was.
Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. I think she was.
I don't know if she was drunk, but she was tipsy.
She was.
It take her a while to get drunk. That Eric gets
she was
her eyes
on
regular cups of liquor.
She had a couple. She
Yeah,
had a
was.
couple.
she was drinking that
Yeah.
bottle, but I mean, I don't know. He should. If I was Eric, I would try to slip her some non-alcoholic stuff just to see if she'd notice.
Oh, she'll notice.
She'll notice.
She'll notice. Don't even waste your money. She'll notice.
But it is
I just tried one episode. She like, oh my god, I did good today. Yeah, you did. We gonna drink the same bottle tomorrow.
But
I
it was
think-
a debate between me and Mom.
Oh,
She thought that Eric was kind of being shisty with saying, I love you too, Virginia. Mom didn't believe Eric.
I
when he
don't.
said
I
it.
still don't. I think it's something nice to say.
That
I think he wrote the song. Maybe he's still in the moment. Eric wants to be in the moment, so I think he's. I don't believe he means
Cause I
it.
don't get what he love about it. She ain't doing nothing. She
No.
ain't doing nothing but drinking the whole time. You was gone most of the week. So I'm trying to figure out what about her
Well,
you love. You love
we
that your
only
wife
be-
getting sloppy drunk 7 days a week. That is not attractive. I'm sorry. No man don't want no drunk every week. Like if you get drunk on the weekends, okay, I'll give you a pass. We ain't got no kids. Do what you do. But you getting drunk on a Monday, Tuesday. Like, come on. Come on, man. And I feel like he ain't saying nothing because I feel like because he already bossed her around enough, he just feel like as soon as I say something, she gonna like, here you go, trying to be my
Yeah,
dad again.
especially that drinking. You know, that's a touchy subject with her.
So
Wait, go ahead, Roman.
I was gonna say a commenter I just read it. They say the reason why he's not saying anything about it is because he's afraid she's gonna leave him.
I believe
that's
that.
true.
I believe that.
Mhm.
I mean, he can get somebody
I
else. He makes
mean,
$800,000 a year.
you ain't losing nothing. You could go to the bar and get another Virginia.
that's
Them ain't
true.
hard to find. Go find one in the back. Stumbled out in the bathroom, throwing up. Just wait. Just how you doing today?
If they
You can find another
if
one.
they laugh,
But he said
if
that
they
he
laugh,
was.
I'm gonna
He
need it.
said he needed somebody that would be okay with his job, because he's not quitting his job. So I think he looked at it like, okay, if I gotta endure, if all I gotta do is endure with her drinking, but I'm not there half the time, let her do whatever she wanna do. I think that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, both of them ain't there half the time because she drunk and don't know what day it is. That's why I bet you when he come back, baby, I feel like you just left. Like, girl, it's Saturday. I get that's why you might be on the side.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about those two.
Wait, did
but-
y'all see the preview for next week? Eric is so rude. He said if she don't want kids and he leaves something like that.
He's
Who are
done.
you?
He said he's done. Yeah, he said he's done.
No,
If she
but like,
doesn't
who
want
are you to
kids.
say that?
Hey, I told the
Like,
girl,
who are
I
you to
told
say
the
that?
girl
It's
that I
her
was,
body.
I told the girl that I was about to start dating.
It's her body that's gonna have to go through that.
He has a reason. I mean, when you start in a relationship with somebody, usually that's the first thing you ask. Do you want kids? No, I don't want kids. Okay, well, I do. Bye. And that's the end of that. But because they didn't have that option, now they got what, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it is. And at this point, if she's still talking about she don't want kids, what he need to be doing is looking to see if he want her to be the mother of his kids. But she gonna be a sloppy drunk.
Imagine her pulling up to the soccer game and all them beer cans come out the van door. Get on in, kids. We're gonna go.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's lots of deal breakers that
I know
Eric
about
has.
her. I want to know why doesn't she do her makeup right? It's like I don't know how women do your makeup, but it's like it's on the camera. It's like she
You don't
only
like
do
her
her
purple
eyes,
eyeshadow?
and it's like
You don't like her purple shadow?
I think it's
She look drunk.
I'm like, what are you trying to do?
Mom, I'm gonna tell the
What are
truth.
you trying
I ain't
to
gonna
do
lie.
here, girl? Like,
Virginia look better
she just
when
do
she
her
wake
eyes.
up than she do when she put that makeup on.
Yes,
When
she
wake
do.
up. I was like, she actually look good.
It's like, what are you doing?
Who told
I
her
don't
that
know.
purple got her in that Shadow look good. I don't know. She look a
Okay, and
mess.
right.
I don't know.
Another thing I was gonna say, I like, yeah. Okay. Out of all the dates, which date would you guys want to go on? Would you rather do?
I'm going where the money reside, and that's Eric got the most money to spend. I'm being honest.
I know.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm not putting no money on there.
I know.
You're trying to go with Jake from State Farm and his beach experience.
Listen, don't speak for me. Which date? I don't know. But I know whose house I would want to stay at, though. That would be Eric's
You
house.
need to choose the date. That was the question. You, Ryan, at the donut shop.
It's so crazy because Haley really gone. I already know. I didn't look at no spoilers, but I already know they're not gonna last. And she just so dumb. Like she got that gym, she got that pool. She can get one of them floaties and just lay in a floaty. Like she really going. Man, I would leave my house ASAP and move in right on decision day when the cameras get off. I'm moving in. Like no, like she crazy. It's like then that house is big. He got a sauna in his house.
She don't like
Who
it though.
you know? I was in a celebrity or a billionaire.
He do got a bunch of unnecessary stuff in his house. I ain't gonna lie. He just.
What is wrong with her?
Go ahead, Paul Prince.
He's an IT guy. So, I mean, can you imagine the kind of technology that's probably in his house? And she don't even care. She don't even care.
Like I said, I've known an IT guy, and I know, I mean, he's up the same alley as Jacob, honestly. I mean, they I don't know. They have lots to think about, so maybe all that in mind is, I don't know what's happening.
Why didn't they hook Jacob up with somebody like him, like they did last year with Amelia and the other guy? Like they were the perfect match last year. So why couldn't they get somebody like that for Jacob?
I don't know. Go ahead, Paul Prince.
No, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, they should have did a better match for Jacob. Because Haley, she is definitely not moving to his place. Oh, no way. She is not bringing her dog there. She is not bringing her clothes there. Nothing. Nothing. She cannot see herself back there with that little fake.
Too many dogs to me.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Well, that's subjective. Animals are subjective. So let's move on to Clara and Ryan.
He's having an identity crisis.
Clara,
that's what I personally believe.
I said Clara and comb over, because I can't get past his hair. I can't get past it. I just look down when they on the screen. I can't do it. He got the comb. He got a serious comb over. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it looks better from the front or back, worse from the back. It looks bad. It does.
No, I just every time I see him, I'll be like, "What in the coming America?"
He got the straight comb over, and you could tell he put a lot of time in that comb over. Yes, he does. He is proud. He is proud of that comb over. He's proud of that. Let me tell you.
And he get it touched up because he got the line. You know, he ain't doing that. So he going to the front shop. Let me get the number 27.
Yeah, he going to the bathroom and lock the door, and he work on that comb over. Yes, he does. It's straighter than Clara's hair.
It is. That's true. You're right about that.
It's straighter than her hair.
I think he's having an identity crisis when he started talking about who you are and all this other stuff. Girl, she's just trying to eat a donut. Can you just let the girl eat her donuts? Why we gotta get all serious and for real? Like, what are you talking about? That's what she should have said. She sat there and just stuffed her face, but what she should have said was, what are you talking about? And why are we talking about this at the donut shop? Like, what are you trying to say?
But you know, I think he asked her.
I feel like if he was talking,
question,
like
I think
any other
he
time
asked
hear her
that
talk.
question, so she can then ask him the same question. You know how some people are like that? When they just ask a
Yeah.
question, they not really interested in your answer, but they want you to ask them the same question because they
Right.
really got something to say.
Right.
That's
Right.
what I think that was all about.
I agree with
Well,
that. And I'm like,
well, he should have
I'm
got
like you,
mad.
Miss Taylor. I would want to eat them donuts. I like to eat. So can I at least try about 3 of these donuts before we get into the seminar? Talk to me about.
I think
Can I at
I
Yes.
least
think
taste
I
them
think
first?
she real live backed up because she was killing them donuts. She was like, I'm not getting none. Give me all the donuts. She wasn't even finishing one before she was going on to the next donut. I was like, dang.
Yeah,
Right.
but you can tell she's really frustrated because she started to say little slick things out her mouth, like, oh, I didn't know I had to get a donut and a motivational speaker, speak.
I was
Right.
cracking
She's
up.
starting to say really slick things out her mouth. And
Oh,
just like when their friends
have a
was
good night.
over, and she was like, oh, I haven't even seen him with a shirt off. So she really starting to get slick things out her mouth because she's frustrated.
Right.
I
Hey,
agree.
you
Like,
know
why
a
you
girl
gotta be
frustrated
girl? At
when
least be talking.
Yeah.
Who,
But he
Ryan?
ain't talking about nothing. He just be going on
Exactly.
them long. It seemed like she was at a seminar.
It was important to him.
I'd rather hear him talk about nothing than hear her talk.
Nah,
Right.
they both when they talk, I be thinking they gonna like do the animation
She do go
when it's
on
like
and on and on
nah.
and on.
They all be just they both don't be talking about nothing. That's why they might as well just get it on so they got something to talk about.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
you know what?
Okay, this is
but
another
she
thing.
don't talk like that. She doesn't talk like that with the women. I think it's like a nervous energy when she's with Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
She don't be running off the mouth like that when she's with the other girls.
You're right.
Well, you know what? Here's another comment. This person comments all the time, just like the rest of you. And this person, I actually agree with the majority of the comments that he posts. He's very insightful. He said something about Ryan and Clara that made me think about what was going on.
What was that?
And it said, for him, Ryan on this episode, Clara missed a big opportunity by making it seem like he was trying to lecture her. He was literally trying to tell her about himself and his motivations as a person and being vulnerable to letting go of his core. And she's chastising him for it when all she wants to do is complain about why she's not being intimate and things like that. It speaks volumes that she doesn't care for truly knowing him, but only wants to have sex. This type of person she's used to
Right.
and not having deeper conversations. It's okay to be with someone who doesn't, align with you, but for Ryan, who has goals and dreams, is this the person that he wants to be with? So, and I responded that, I see the points he's making, but I also think it's also in the way Ryan delivered the message to Clara. Now that is a miscommunication on their end. Like she's very upfront and open, about what she wants, even being intimate. And Ryan is pulled back. So Ryan's pulled back and always talks about a different subject. If you notice, to me, like he always changes the subject to something else. Like, what are you talking about, Ryan? Like seriously. So what do y'all think
I
about
feel like
that?
when
Do
it
you
comes
think
to the
that she
sex
was
talk, I feel
listening?
like he
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, me personally, I feel like a lot of people talk about their sex life. Me personally, I would keep that private, and I wouldn't want to be married to somebody like her where they talk so much. Where I don't want my wife can do whatever she wants, but when you get around your friends, don't be talking about what we do and what you do. Let people, because once you start yapping about that, people start thinking. You can talk, but don't get all in detail. I feel like Clara will be too open and sharing too much, and Ryan is more private with his sex life. Not saying you can't talk about it, but I don't want people to be knowing what I'm doing. Just know we having a good time.
Hey,
Okay.
you know it's
She
good
talks.
when you got to say something.
Well,
But do you agree
you
with
will
that
also know.
comment, sir?
Oh, that's me. I wouldn't be talking about. Mm-mm.
But
You
I
don't need
think
to know what we're doing.
But I think with her job, I mean, she's a flight attendant. So she's
Mm-hmm.
used So she's used to talking. And she has someone she's an extrovert, he's an introvert. But the problem is they're not interested in the same things. Like he's talking, granted, he's talking about motivation, what he's all about, kind of, sort of. And he probably actually explained it more, but they probably cut that part out to make it look like he was just rambling. But
Mhm.
he probably, he's one of those, he's a deep thinker and she's not.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just clash. It's like you have somebody, and because she said this is the slowest she's ever been. So she one of those that maybe the second day, not the second date, the second day, she giving it up. So,
Yeah,
she ain't used to nobody like that.
right. She said that.
I think they probably should have had Clara with Jacob and Haley with Ryan. I feel
Clara
like that
with Jacob.
because she more reserved and conservative, and they could talk about dumb stuff together. Because neither one of their conversations be popping. It just wouldn't be good for the show, but it would be probably good for their love. It just wouldn't be good for the show because everybody be skipping past they saying like nope, fast forward. But
I'm skipping past your thought. I'm like, no.
right.
No, that's not a good match. Sorry, I like you, but no. No, that's boring. I can't see that either. I don't see a match with anybody on the show.
Who? Haley?
Jacob doesn't have a match on the show. Haley doesn't. Honestly, does anyone have a match on the show?
This whole cast might be
on paper, Chris and Paige.
Now, look, you see, all the black. You see that? That's the one thing about black people. We can all without saying nothing. Well, we all just like.
I can't believe she said that, and she's serious. I'm like, huh?
Well, I still said with the Jasmine show that I think that they're gonna make it all the way to the end of the show.
Yeah, because she don't want to look stupid, even though she looks stupid.
No, I overrode that bet and still in the Jasmine show if you're watching.
I think now this is going to be crazy. I think Paige and Ryan should have gotten together because Ryan is patient and they would have some in-depth conversation. So I think them two should have got together.
Well, wait. This is how I feel about that. You ready?
I think no matter who she got matched with, she just would have been gullible with anybody. She would have been gullible with any of the other four dudes. No matter who she was matched with. If Ryan said, I want to drink smoothies all day and eat vegetable chips, okay, sure. She would do anything.
Mm-hmm.
She needs some salsa.
I don't think Ryan would like Paige because I don't think that's his cup of cappuccino that he likes, or
he don't like milk and
espresso.
Right.
Yeah, he's not into that.
He likes skim milk.
It's unfortunate because he's probably missing out on a potential match that it has.
Yep.
Are you saying that he don't like black women? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm saying
clear. He don't like look at his haircut.
I'm going off of what he said prior to being on the show. I mean, he didn't really say it, but he didn't really have to say it all the way. I mean, yeah, he probably did want to explore into other races, but he was probably more so comfortable being with someone who is of Caucasian descent because that's who he's been used to being with. So that's who he's probably going to be comfortable with. So I don't think Paige would have been it for Ryan.
First of all, with Paige, who gonna help who?
In real life too.
With Paige and Ryan, who gonna help who? She can't tell him about his hair. Her weaves be told back. Who gonna help who? Who go?
I don't know.
What's she gonna say?
I'm gonna click you off this live stream if you get it. Tell you that right now. Pop Red, do you have anything to add?
As far as who was we talking about? Clara and Ryan.
Yes.
Clara and Ryan. I think that was a great opportunity for him to let her know how he feels about certain things. But she's just so frustrated. She's not trying to hear anything right now besides sex. Period.
And she's
Right.
getting him
Just
off
not
every night.
Huh?
I couldn't be doing that. She's getting him off every night, and she's getting nothing
Yes.
every
I
night.
heard that.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's what she said.
No, she said it. She said it, I think next week or something like that. She said
Yeah,
that.
she was sitting with the girl.
Well, she's
Yeah.
stupid. She's stupid. She shouldn't have. She's just like, well, she's stupid to be doing that. She should have closed up shop just like Paige.
Yeah.
Right.
She should have shut it down. If she sees no reciprocation, then she need to shut that down.
So she's saying
Absolutely.
that she messed. So y'all saying that she giving him showing him a good time and she ain't getting none out of it.
Exactly.
Oh, she a fool for real.
Ryan knows exactly what he's doing. He's so bogus.
Maybe Ryan more black than I thought.
But
Yeah,
it's like
that's what she
something
said.
wrong with
She
her
said-
because if
I'm
somebody
muting your
if
mic.
you giving and you're not receiving,
Yeah.
not
Yep, that's what I said last week. I said, yep, I had already figured that out. That's why she's frustrated, because she's not getting what she wants. She's stupid for keep going. Close up shop. It's very simple.
Right.
Just close up shop. It's like, no, absolutely not. And you know why?
Maybe her
Stuck on that
just-
comment.
something about her must be off for real. If she doing him and he ain't trying to do nothing with her, like that don't seem weird. Especially if he like white girls and he with a white girl. Maybe he just not. He may be not attracted to her. That's probably what it is. She do talk a lot.
maybe she talk too much in the bedroom.
I think he needs somebody who mentally stimulates him. Remember they had somebody on the show
Tonight.
a couple of seasons ago that said they needed to be mentally stimulated. It was a black couple when they were in Philly. And she wasn't mental, like she didn't talk about anything. So he wasn't attracted to her. And she got all dressed up. She thought she was going to get some one night, and she did the whole thing, the whole get up with dinner and everything. And it was a wash because he just said he's not. I think with Ryan, she's not mentally stimulating him. That's what I think.
That may be
Probably
possible.
so.
He ran through all the girls in high school and sex just ain't like he ain't tripping on that no more. So maybe you may be right when it comes to that part.
Well, I think if
Or
she
you
was,
just don't like.
I think if she was an African American woman, and that would have happened one time, she would have been closed up shop. So I don't know what's up with that.
No,
First of
not
all-
necessarily. Look at Paige.
Oh,
Least,
well, she's
least
the
Paige,
exception.
least Paige, get
She's
us
the
some. You
exception.
ain't no black woman you only known for 19 days about to be getting you off and ain't getting nothing. Yeah, right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
Yeah.
that's just so
I just want
selfish.
to they probably not even going to see this, but I hope Lifetime do not put them on couples cam. I don't want to see
Right.
Who?
Nobody from this season.
Ryan
needs to
and
be on-
Claire.
Yeah.
None of them. None of them.
Nah,
None of
they ain't got the personality to be on couples
None
cam.
of them. I don't even
He
want
gonna
to see
take up all the tape.
Vincent and Brianna on couples cam, because I'm scared that they might, she might say, well, let's do this, and he's gonna be, whatever, acting like a acting Denny. No,
Yeah.
I don't think they
I
should
want
be
to see
on
them
couples
though. I want to see them on there.
No,
I
their
don't wanna
couples
see
cam would look like it looks now.
Did you see Michael got engaged?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then you see he just wrote an apology to Mika.
Oh,
He
did
should.
He wrote a nice long apology.
That probably was the That probably was a phony fabrication apology. Mika, I won't even. I'll
Three,
look
two,
past
one. Here
her.
come Cliff. 3, 2, 1. So what?
Cliff, you still in the comments? You hear that?
Gonna be somewhere. I didn't say nothing bad about Michael. Get mad at him. I ain't say nothing.
I didn't see the apology.
I didn't read it because he just lies so much. And his season was years ago. I had to let that be the coffin.
Did he call you?
I didn't want to hear no more.
Right.
Oh yeah, he called me, but I'm
Right.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Michael,
I don't know what he wants, but I'm on this video.
whatever Michael
Yeah, you
has
go
to
call him, tell him I'm on a video call.
do, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just, we just have one view of Michael. That's tunnel vision. Michael didn't have no job.
No. Could you imagine Taylor and
I wonder
Chris?
what Amber's doing now.
Amber's with somebody.
Who was Amber? Oh, the little one that was with
Oh,
the
she got
basketball
her
player.
man.
Yeah, because I saw a picture with
Yeah,
her.
the white version of Chris instead of the baby.
Yeah, she's with a African American.
Okay, I'm happy for her.
Picture.
Oh, she is?
What?
Yeah, in the picture I saw.
Okay, I'll see her.
Nah, I knew she liked us. I knew it because the one dude she was with, he kind of, he seemed like he played basketball with a bunch of us.
Well, do you think Taylor's with somebody now?
Taylor probably.
Taylor need to be at the beauty shop because she's still rocking that wig. That's how you know none of her friends are her friends.
But that wig was worse than Paige's, though. I'm gonna tell you that.
Look, you read that, Devontae?
Huh?
I ain't gonna get mad at me. No, he said so. I said the good thing.
It was
Yeah.
worse.
So crazy. But hey, whatever Michael is doing, good luck to you. Taylor, whatever she's doing, Brandon, all them.
I don't care about that.
Ooh,
Good
yeah,
luck.
Brandon.
So do you think like maybe they should do, I was thinking like, what if like, I know they can't see who they going to be with, but what if they can like text them? Text them early so they can at least get to know each other a little bit, just a little bit, like maybe a couple days.
Well,
That didn't work out for
Karen
Karen
did,
and Miles in
right?
the beginning.
Karen did that. Karen did something like that with her bridesmaid or something like that.
No, I mean like you could text them, but you can't see them. Something.
Right.
So at
No,
least
text
that's
can
not.
come off a different way. Look here, if they would have did that this season, Chris could have did what he did in person when he doing the page, manipulate her and give her all these little cute emojis through text, and then she meet him and he treat her the way he treat her, and she still don't leave. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, it ain't gonna be.
No.
Chris know how to seek out pages. Okay, he can see a page a mile away. It's only she stuck with God. She think God put her through everything, and everything gonna be all right.
I'm gonna need her to stop bringing the Lord in this.
No, let her bring the Lord in until she have a revelation. You gotta wait.
Speaking of Chris, real quick, did you notice that?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll say.
Okay, let me say this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Did you notice that under Chris's name, it no longer says blessed? It says entrepreneur and financial, something like that. They changed it.
I didn't see that, really.
Yeah, it was just this past episode. It went from blessed to entrepreneur and financial marketer. And I was like, whatever. Well, but still,
there ain't nothing blessed about that situation.
I'm just saying, I noticed it. But go ahead, Paul Prince.
I was saying, at this point, do y'all blame Paige for being in the position that she is, or do you blame the producers for putting her more in the situation? What do y'all think?
Paige.
Paige. Paige,
she can tell them no. She don't have to allow them to put her in that situation. I mean,
exactly. She could have told him no, and then even Pastor Cal said it's up to them if they want to walk away. Pastor Cal said they gave her an out, but she chose to stay. So this is Paige. So if she wants to have scenes set up for her with production and have to say whatever she needs to say, that's on her now. She could have walked away from this because this is an extenuating circumstance.
Wow.
So did y'all think Chris was like full of crap when he said like I'm under a lot of stress and I don't know if this situation, you know what he said about the situation, like if he's scared to mess up this situation because of the baby, like because at first he was getting me for a little bit, but I was like, hold on, you almost manipulated me. Nah.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Let me tell you something. Every time
No.
that he looks at his phone, he's looking at that script on what he should say. Every time he's looking at that phone, he's like, okay, no, this word go before this word. No, okay, she's coming over now. Now let me recite it to her. Yes, because he's always picking up his phone.
No, Chris does that every episode. So how did he almost get you?
Yeah.
I mean, because he did go on, like he didn't get me like, oh, she should give him a chance. I was just like, okay, I can feel you on like now you going through this and you just like, I got the baby. When he said he was just like, I don't know what to do. I got the baby on the way. I'm scared for somebody to take my spot with my kid. Then I'm like, should I get this up and give up on maybe having a good partner to sacrifice for my kid? I was like, I mean, he could be going through that dilemma. Not saying like she should give him a shot because of that, but I can understand where he probably like a little bit iffy. I don't know.
Why don't they bring his father back so he could talk to his parents? Like that should be part of the storyline. Bring his father back so he could fess up and his father can call him all kinds of dummies. That's what they need to do. But instead of bringing, the ex, I just thought that was a waste of time. And right now, he just looking at it like, well, my girl, my ex-fiance, she said she don't want me right now. So I need to have somebody. I just can't walk away with an empty bag. I
Right,
gotta
because
have somebody.
he can only go 3 days. Remember that.
But
Yeah.
do you think Chris' mama is a Paige?
Yeah.
In her own way.
You usually date your mom.
That's what I think she is.
A
His
madam.
mama gotta be a Paige because
Yeah.
his dad is terrible.
Mhm.
The apple don't fall too far from the tree.
She probably was a Paige in her heyday, but now she's over.
Nah, she's still a Paige because when he was up there talking about, ooh, I like the way she looked, and talking about sex, like, well, who gonna say that to their daughter-in-law that they don't know? That's weird.
And say it in front of his wife like that. I just thought that was straight disrespectful.
Yeah, well, she's used
any
to
wife
him.
would have slapped you, be like, boy, shut up.
Yeah.
What you
Ain't that much getting used to, because guess what? My husband said something like that to his soon-to-be daughter-in-law. I'll be looking at him like he done lost his mind. Would you want to marry her? Like,
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
What are you looking at her like that for?
Right.
You're normal. You're normal. That's why.
Right.
You're normal. And that whole family is off. So
there's nothing that Chris could say to make me feel any empathy for him.
Any.
The way he comes off, his characteristic traits is just not good. It's all red flags. I had the chills since I first seen him on the thing. I knew something wasn't right, and then his daddy came. I mean, whatever happens with his ex-fiance or whoever she is now to him, I mean, that. But I don't care if you is a father on the way and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. You made this commitment to be on the show. Mm-hmm. And clearly, in my eyes, it was for the wrong reasons. So I don't care if you have things in your life going on. Everyone has things in their life going on. You still have a decision to do something right and do something wrong. And he knows he's been doing something wrong, even though he tried to mask it and say, oh, well, at least I've been honest to her. Barely been honest. It's a no. It's a no. No empathy. I don't even have
no manipulating my feelings to make me feel bad for him.
Not an ounce.
None of that. So.
I'm not switching up. So if you see other people on Facebook or something who were once going at Chris and switching up, I'm not Yeah, I'm having the same energy to the end of the show.
I don't
'Cause I
have
mean,
I don't have any empathy for either one of them at this
They
point. And
gonna
I
work.
hate saying that, you know,
Yeah.
on her part. I hate saying that. I really do. But I mean, I just watch it to be watching it because, like I said, I have checked out like a couple of weeks ago. She gave me like
Yeah.
a glimmer of hope last week, but I knew deep down in my soul it wasn't gonna last. So I feel
Hmm.
played. I feel played.
Yeah. I I really don't like to talk about, especially any black couples or young black couples, because, again, it's a certain standard. We want to be viewed in a certain way, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
This right here, like I said, we saw it from the previews, isn't it. And it's hard to watch. And people just see the manipulation week after week after week with Paige. She keeps going back to it. I'll never understand that because I don't have her logic. Now, everyone desires love and gets it in a different way, but no, I just don't know why she don't see she's being played. And clearly this is Paige's history since she's used to being a stepmom in general. So,
and it's funny because when I was watching the previews before the season started, you know, they gave you that big shocker, like, oh, and she's pregnant. Okay, it definitely piqued my attention. Like, oh, okay, I gotta watch this. But I had no idea of all the things that he was gonna say out of his mouth to her. I had no idea he was gonna be that harsh to her. I really didn't.
right.
Yeah, I think that he is the epitome of what we don't like to see young black men as. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, he could
Mhm.
have a whole lot of other issues. He could have daddy issues. My dad was this, that, and the third. Even the issues that Vincent has. I mean, Vincent, he has some issues, but even if it was that, you'd be like, all right, well, you know. But the fact of the manipulation and the
Right.
womanizing, and then
Mhm.
having a baby mama, and then
Yeah,
bringing a girl to your new girl because you really just want to see them have a cat fight. Like all that is so typical and so immature. And I
it
just
is.
feel like for him to put it out on national TV and then get an attitude when everybody talking about how bad he looks, and then he get an attitude with the audience. It's like you
Right.
really think that your behavior is okay. That's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, it is. I don't get it at
Yeah.
all.
Well, hopefully one day we'll hear about him like in the future, 5 years, 10 years from now, that he would have grown up and be the type of man that God really wants him to be, and just but you reap what you sow. So he got some bad karma coming his way.
Oh
He
yeah, he
do.
definitely reached
He
out,
got
for
some
sure.
bad karma coming his way, and he doesn't know when it's gonna come and how harsh it's gonna be because he sure enough acted a fool, and he got a whole lot of black men and women just angry at him for no reason. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? It didn't have to go this far. The horrible
Right.
things he had said to that young lady. I mean, the
Hmm.
horrible things. Forget about her, but just the stuff that has come out of his mouth,
Right.
was so horrible and just so hurtful and disrespectful. He didn't have to go that route, even though the predicament that he's in, he didn't have to go that route. So he
Right.
got some bad karma coming his way. He really do.
I think he just needs somebody needs I don't know, somebody he respect gotta really talk to him like and tell him the truth. I don't think it's a lot of people around him that's telling him the truth for real. Like I don't really
Mhm.
think he got a friend that like if I tell you something, like, all right, man, maybe I really am crazy. Because it's just like, man, the way he moving is just terrible. It's just like,
But
man,
you,
hmm?
excuse me, but you have to also be willing and able to receive the message too. If
Yeah.
you're not,
And he's not
Hmm.
ready.
if you
He's
don't
not
think there's
ready.
anything wrong, you're not going to receive. It's going to come off the way it's coming across now, in one or out the other.
Hmm.
Well, here they go talking
Hmm.
about me. He checked out, so he's not ready. So he may never
No,
be
he's
ready.
not
Some
ready.
people never grow up. Some people never mature. They just,
Yeah.
so
He
unfortunately.
has the potential to do that, but he's just not ready right now. He's really not. He's not
Yeah.
ready to receive. He's not ready to change. He's not ready to admit when he's wrong. He's not ready to do
Hmm.
any of that. any of that
Right.
that shows maturity at all. He's just not ready. That's why I said 5 or 10 years from now. Hopefully it won't take that long, but he's nowhere near that right now.
Right.
Nowhere near.
He gonna be engaged again next year.
I mean, in his first in the first episode, he said something about he didn't want to become a pastor because there wasn't no money in it. So I mean, it just set us all up for the type of man that he was. Remember he
True.
said that?
Yep,
I was like,
I do.
what? Why would you say that on national TV? Oh my God.
Mhm.
So you was
He
in
doesn't
for
have
the
any tact.
money.
You don't have no tact.
Wow.
He don't.
So sad. So sad. Thank God he ain't a relative of mine, because I would not be claiming him right now. If he was a cousin of mine or something like that, oh no, I would not be claiming him. I would be like, I don't know him. I don't know his mama. I don't know his daddy. He ain't no kin to me. No way.
Excuse me. But you know what? Before we let you all go, that I was saying to Cassandra, like, if he was a relative, I'm like, what if some of these people are like maybe a third or fourth cousin? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get like a quick little interview just to know what was really going on, because the show's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is about watching this play back out? Because I'm thinking Paige's family has got to be like, girl, what were you doing? Look how you looking. Because Paige already gave the interview to Ebony. Then you post on our community page.
She did? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
It's in our community tab if you haven't seen it. And some different little things as well. So I just want to know, like, someone who knows someone, for real, that wants to know what they're actually thinking watching it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they helping them through all this?
Well, maybe that's what he's been aiming at, his own spinoff. Seriously. I wouldn't be surprised.
If Lifetime give him a spinoff,
now listen,
we need to cancel
we're not
him
gonna be able to
Pepe
review
Le
that. We're not gonna be able to review that one.
That spinoff that they have with all the unmatchables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're doing that one. We're gonna do that one. But I'm saying if Chris had his own personal spinoff.
Oh gosh, I ain't watching that. That's
you know what? And you know what? So it's so many of us Black women that he's on the wrong side right now. But if he showed up on something like The Bachelor, because he do got a lot of women that's still pulling for him. Seriously, he does. Could you imagine him on The Bachelor or something like that?
You know what show he should have been on with Mercedes? They should have went on to Temptation Island.
Yes.
Yes. But I just watched it. I'm like, they are crazy on that show.
That's the show he should have been on. That matches him perfectly. He can do whatever he want to do.
Mm-hmm. With no rules.
With no rules. Yeah, you're right.
That last episode,
that was something different. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Do I sound like a review? Thank you all so much for watching. But I always say that, though. I always say that.
But before what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Because didn't Chris say to Paige like he loves her, or he's trying to fall in love with her again?
Yes, he says that. He said he loves Paige, but he's not saying it to her. He's saying it off screen, so I don't know.
He's saying it to the camera.
He's saying it to the camera, exactly. So, God, if he says that he loves her, she's really gonna be. Oh God.
She gonna be deep. Like I'm talking, hold the back deep.
Well, I hope since she had that pregnancy scare that she is making him, but remember But remember, in the first or second episode, she said she don't like that. She don't like condoms. Remember that?
Yeah, she did say that. I do remember her saying that.
Yeah, she said that. So
look,
even
that was
if
the
he
first.
wanted
That
to
was our
wear
first
one,
sign she was a fool.
Yeah.
Well, he dipping and diving. When she need to be thinking about when he wasn't with her, who was he with? And so she need to be making sure that fool wrap it up. She's crazy.
Yeah.
She is crazy.
But if she thinks that Mercedes wasn't really pregnant, and then she feels like she might have the upper hand right now, maybe she would be trying to get pregnant. Who knows?
That would be a bomb. I know she not though.
That would be terrible.
And nothing surprises me no more. I'm telling you, nothing surprises me no more.
2021, you never know.
Right.
We thought Chris. It'd be like we thought Chris was crazy. Never mind. Daddy was a
Yeah.
mastermind.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
don't know what's
She
going
she
on.
just want to win. That's what she want to do. She just want to win.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, since I sound the same every time. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We know it's late for everyone, except for out here on the West Coast. Thank you all for watching as always. And we'll be back next Thursday with the after show. We're going to also try to do an additional live, like maybe a Saturday or Sunday. We'll have to fit that in our schedule. Are you all up for an additional live on a different day, or you like the MAFS after show? You tell me.
No,
Like the after
Sunday,
show.
Sunday,
Whatever.
Sunday is fine. It don't matter because I set my reminder and then doggone it, I was still 10 minutes late. I was so pissed. I was like, oh, come on now.
Okay.
I was still late, but
Kayla,
I still made it.
you did. Thank you. What'd you say, Kayla? What do you go with the
Oh,
live? The
my whole thing is sometimes I just forget, and I have the alert on my phone. So
okay.
whenever y'all go on live, I usually check on Wednesday nights to see, okay, when are y'all going on live? So I try to, but I'll be out. I'll be in Texas next week, so I'll watch it
Okay.
from Texas.
Okay. You
Yeah,
be safe.
next week I'm gonna be in Hocking Hills, so
Where's that? If you don't
it's
mind.
like it's in Upper Ohio. It's like basically like Gatlinburg Cabins, but it's nice.
Okay. Well, we'll still be on for those who can join.
Nah, I'm gonna still join y'all. It don't matter what I'm doing. I got time.
Okay. Well, we just want to know if you like the after show or would you prefer like on a weekend? That's why we're asking. Was
I like
I
the
like
after show.
I like the after show because
Yeah, the
it
after
make me
show
feel
is
like I'm
still
not
fresh.
working.
Yeah.
okay.
The after show is good because it's still fresh in your mind.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's still
Okay.
pissed off.
And
So yeah.
normally we post the after show. We have our video come out, and then a couple hours after the video comes out, we'll do the after shows. I was always on the same day.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
always the same time, 5:15 Pacific, 8:15 Eastern. That's what it'll be. So,
Yes.
well, thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
Why are you talking like
Friday.
It is a video. That's how I talk all the time. Except for we're off camera when you talk to me about Chris. But we
Cliff
appreciate
might
you
be
all.
here next week. Maybe he'll be here next week.
We appreciate it. Everybody stay safe. Until next time, we'll see you all later.
All
All right.
right.
See y'all
Everybody
later.
take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.